On a cool autumn evening, Emily Parker was walking home from work. She had taken a new route through a quiet residential area, hoping to enjoy the peacefulness of the neighborhood and the crisp fall air. The sun was just beginning to set, casting a golden hue across the sky and turning the falling leaves into a cascade of reds, oranges, and yellows. For Emily, it was a moment of quiet reflection after a busy day. Little did she know that her life was about to take a dramatic turn. As she passed a narrow alley between two houses, a faint noise caught her attention. It was a sound so soft that she almost didn't hear it. But when she stopped and listened more carefully, she recognized it as the weak, pitiful meow of a kitten. Her heart immediately ached. She cautiously approached the alley, the meowing growing louder as she stepped closer. What she saw broke her heart. A tiny, malnourished kitten, barely a few weeks old, huddled near a pile of trash. Its fur was matted, its bones were visible through its skin, and its eyes were clouded with hunger and exhaustion. Without hesitation, Emily knelt down and gently scooped the kitten into her arms. The little creature was so weak it didn't resist, simply curling into her warmth as if it had found the first bit of comfort in days. Emily wrapped her scarf around the kitten, trying to give it some warmth as she hurried home, her mind racing with thoughts of how to save this fragile life. Once home, Emily quickly set up a small bed for the kitten with soft towels. She filled a bowl with warm milk and tried to feed it, but the kitten was too weak to even drink. Emily knew she had to act fast, so she called her local veterinarian. The vet advised her to bring the kitten in immediately. Driving to the clinic, Emily glanced down at the small creature curled up on the passenger seat, barely moving. She prayed the kitten would survive. Upon arrival, the vet examined the kitten carefully. "It's severely malnourished and dehydrated," the vet said with a concerned look. "But we'll do everything we can." Over the next few days, the vet and Emily worked tirelessly to nurse the kitten back to health. Emily named the kitten Luna because, despite its fragile state, its soft grey fur reminded her of the pale light of the moon. Slowly but surely, Luna began to regain her strength. Her once dull eyes began to shine, and she started eating small amounts of food. Emily was overjoyed as she watched Luna grow stronger. The little kitten that had once been on the brink of death now began to explore her new home, her tiny paws pattering across the hardwood floors. Luna followed Emily everywhere. Whether Emily was reading, cooking, or just relaxing, Luna was always by her side, purring softly. As months passed, Luna grew into a healthy, playful cat. Her once starved frame filled out, her fur grew soft and thick, and her eyes sparkled with life. She was a constant source of joy for Emily, who had grown incredibly attached to the cat she had saved. Despite their deep bond, Emily knew that Luna had a wild spirit. Every time the door opened, Luna would dart toward it, curious about the world outside. Emily, fearful of losing her beloved cat, always made sure to keep Luna indoors. But one fateful day, everything changed. It was a bright spring afternoon when Emily returned home from work to find the front door slightly ajar. Panic surged through her as she realized what had happened. She called for Luna, searching every room, but the cat was nowhere to be found. Emily ran outside, calling Luna's name, her voice filled with worry. She searched the entire neighborhood, knocking on doors and asking her neighbors if they had seen the gray cat, but no one had. For days, Emily searched, putting up posters and asking around, but Luna had vanished without a trace. Emily's heart ached with grief. She had saved this tiny kitten, nurtured it back to health, and now it was gone. Nights were the hardest for her. She would sit by the window, hoping to see Luna's familiar face looking in, but it never happened. Weeks turned into months, and Emily slowly began to accept that Luna was gone. She never stopped thinking about her cat, wondering what had happened. Had Luna found a new home? Had she returned to the wild, where Emily had first found her? These questions haunted her, but she tried to move on, keeping Luna's memory close to her heart. 3 years passed, and though the pain of losing Luna had dulled, it never fully went away. Emily had never adopted another pet, feeling that no animal could replace Luna. Life went on, but there was always a small part of her heart that remained broken. Then, one rainy autumn evening, strangely similar to the day she had first found Luna, Emily heard a faint meowing outside her door. Her heart skipped a beat. Could it be? She rushed to the door and opened it, her eyes scanning the dimly lit porch. There, standing soaked from the rain, was a grey cat. Its fur was matted, and it looked much thinner than Luna had ever been. But when their eyes met, Emily knew instantly it was Luna. Tears filled her eyes as she knelt down and called softly, "Luna!" The cat blinked and meowed weakly, taking a hesitant step forward. Emily's heart raced. She reached out and gently picked Luna up, holding her close. Luna's once soft fur was now rough and tangled, and her body felt frail in Emily's arms. Emily brought Luna inside and quickly wrapped her in a towel, drying her off and offering her food. Luna ate slowly, her movements cautious and tired. It was clear that the years had not been kind to her. As Emily stroked Luna's fur, she noticed something that made her heart sink. Luna's once bright, shining eyes were now cloudy with age and illness. She had lost weight, and her body was covered in small scars and wounds. Emily realized with a heavy heart that Luna had been living a hard life on the streets for a long time. Over the next few days, Emily took Luna to the vet, hoping to help her recover as she had done once before. But this time, the news was grim. Luna had developed several health issues, including kidney disease, likely from the years spent surviving on her own. The vet explained that Luna's condition was severe, and while they could make her comfortable, there wasn't much they could do to save her. Emily's heart broke all over again. She had found Luna when she was a kitten, starving and alone. And now, after all these years, Luna had returned to her in the same condition. It felt cruel, as if fate had played a terrible joke on her. But Emily knew one thing: she would not let Luna suffer. She brought her beloved cat home and did everything she could to make her comfortable. For the next few weeks, Emily showered Luna with love, staying by her side every moment she could. Luna, despite her illness, seemed to find peace in being home again. She purred softly whenever Emily held her, and for a brief time, it was as if the years they had been apart melted away. One cold winter evening, as Luna lay in her favorite spot by the window, she quietly slipped away. Emily sat with her, tears streaming down her face, knowing that Luna was finally at peace. The pain of losing Luna was unbearable, but Emily took comfort in knowing that Luna had returned to her when it mattered most. She had come home, seeking the love and comfort she had always known from Emily. Though the reunion was bittersweet, it reminded Emily of the bond they had shared, a bond that had withstood time and distance. Emily buried Luna in her garden, beneath the tree where Luna used to sit and watch the birds. She planted flowers around the spot, creating a small memorial for the cat who had touched her life so deeply. Luna's return had broken Emily's heart, but it had also given her a sense of closure. Luna had chosen to come back to the person who had saved her, and in her final days, she had been surrounded by love. The memory of Luna would stay with Emily forever, a reminder of the power of love, the pain of loss, and the incredible strength of the bond between a person and their animal.